Good morning to my Uncle Ricky. Good morning to my sis Linda. Good morning to my sis Lula. Good morning, Remy. Good morning. And good morning again to my dear friend Otis. These are the ones that I can see, but as always, I'm saying good morning to everyone. And if you happen to catch this at some other point in your day, it could be good morning, it could be good afternoon, it could be good evening, and it may even be good night. He has brought us through Monday, and here we are with a brand new day on this Tuesday. And so that's shouting news to me. I'm so thankful. That means he still has work for each of us to do. So we have an opportunity to draw closer to him, to show love, to receive love, to be blessings, because he is continuing to cover us with his grace, his mercy, his love, his faithfulness. And that song this morning, you all know how I am about music, but I have thought about all those times when I would call on him. My dear friend Otis shared something this morning. You know, sometimes when we're going through the suffering, and we just want it to be done, but don't you know he shows up right on time. He shows up right on time to do those things that we need him to do. So I'm going to encourage us today to continue to trust and believe in him, because he is the same. He is the same God that he was way back then. And he can do the same things for us that he did for all of the witnesses in the Bible that the songwriter talked about. So I'm so thankful on this day. And you all know how I love to value time. I know you all have things to do. Good morning, Aunt Carrie. Good morning. And I have some things to do as well. So what we're going to talk about briefly today is Trees Tuesday. And we know that trees are plants having a permanently woody main stem or trunk, ordinarily growing to a considerable height and usually developing branches at some distance from the ground. When I think of trees, I think of strength, protection, shade, especially in those hot days, and growth. They stand tall and their branches extend. How are we like trees? I'm doing a little bit of a simile this morning, comparing us to trees. We grow. We grow through wisdom by reading the word, and we also grow through the experiences that we encounter. New experiences sometimes, that we don't even realize how we're going to get through them, but we grow. We extend that growth to others that we interact with. Sometimes it could be our children, it could be our grandchildren, it could be our sisters, our brothers, even our parents can learn some things from us, but our branches continue to extend. That wisdom that we gain, that knowledge that we gain, it's extended to others. So what really made me think about this, a few years ago, I had an assignment for school. And so I reached out to one of my sisters, and I was supposed to compare myself with something. And she told me that I was like a redwood tree. She said I was like a redwood tree. And she said the miraculous thing about redwood trees is that when they're cut down, they don't die. They actually grow, and they grow stronger. And so I did my little research on that. And it starts off with a seed as small as a tomato seed, is what they say about the redwood tree. And although many different things may try to attack the redwood tree, it continues to grow to very, very tall heights. So when we are cut down by harsh words or the troubles of life, prayer and God's word replenishes us and restores us in a manner that allows an expansive amount of growth. And I know somebody feels where I'm coming from today. As we go through our life, we may feel cut down. We've talked about a trimming before. We may feel cut down. We may feel hurt. We may not understand why certain things are going on. But don't you know that through him we grow, and we can grow at enormous amounts. And I'm not just talking about physically, like with height or physical strength. I'm talking about that mental power. I'm talking about, like I said, that wisdom. I'm talking about the power of discernment, where we can know whether this thing is for us or whether this thing is not for us. So trees, how are we like trees? We do not have to be physically tall or physically strong to be like trees. Our hearts, obedience to his instruction, and continuing to allow him to use us for his purposes symbolizes our resemblance to trees. Trees do exactly what they're meant to do. They provide shade, the oxygen we need. They break down the carbon monoxide and everything like that. So trees have a purpose, just like we have a purpose. Strong, solid, steadfast, secure, and continuing to grow, just like trees. That's how we are, just like trees, no matter what comes our way. When we're grounded in the word, when we're grounded in him, and we're allowing him to use us, we recognize, like the song said, that he may not come when we want him, but he is on time. And we talked about methods on yesterday, and how he has methods. He has methods for each and every one of us. So even though sometimes we may feel weak, sometimes we may not know which way to go, remember to stand tall and stand firm like the trees, and allow him to guide us on how to extend our branches of growth. And y'all know how I love to do. I love to provide spiritual nourishment from what I like to call the book of life, but it is better known as the Holy Bible. Let's see what we have for today. Psalms 1:1-3, King James Version. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of the water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Psalms 52:8, King James Version. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. Proverbs 3:18, King James Version. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Proverbs 11:30, King James Version. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. So as we recap for today, what are we talking about? Trees Tuesday. Plants having a permanently woody main stem or trunk, ordinarily growing to a considerable height and usually developing branches at some distance from the ground. We are like trees. We grow. We manifest. We get cut down sometimes, and we go through things. We go through trials. We go through tribulations. The wind may come through really hard and get to blowing, and we're like, okay, Lord, just help me to get through. But we are like trees. We are strong. We are powerful. He provides coverage for us each and every day. And the wisdom that we obtain, not only helps us to maneuver through this life, but it can help someone else. So I'm always going to encourage us supporting others and allowing our branches, for today's purposes, our branches to extend out to others, to allow God to use us in the manner that he sees fit to use us, so that we may be that light to others that are in a dark place. Let's be like trees. Let's stand tall and strong in the faith. Let's be steadfast and unmovable. Let's remember that he is on time, and no matter what we're facing right now, collectively or individually, that he is still in control and he can do all things but fail. So I'm encouraging us today to continue to trust in him, be strong like those trees. Do not let the enemy attempt to take us off course, because the enemy, like I say, is very crafty, but God can and will get us through all things. And y'all already know I'm not coming with anything but positive vibes, love, joy, increasing faith, a sense of hope. Trees Tuesday, Trees Tuesday, Trees Tuesday. We are strong and mighty through him. And peace.